Okay, I think Francis is in here.
Hey, how's it going, everybody?
Francis,
What's up,
can you
man? How
please?
you doing, bro?
I'm doing good, man. Sorry, I was having some mic issues.
Who's Mike?
No,
I
microphone.
know. I'm just
Okay,
playing, man.
okay.
Playing.
How's everybody doing today?
Doing good, man.
Well,
Doing
Doing
awesome.
thank you for having me and the rest
good.
of my
Oh,
guys. I appreciate the opportunity.
can you have your guys, whoever wants to talk, have them request so I can add them as a speaker?
Yeah, R Dub, will you go ahead and request, and Dane, please.
And technically, space hasn't started yet, so I just want to give it plenty of time to fill up
Yep.
and get everybody in here.
Fair enough. And Mike Miller might be popping on, and possibly Matt Wallace if he's got time.
Okay, cool. So I got a couple more requests. AR Dub, Crypto Blast. Are they speaking for any of the projects here?
Yeah, those are my guys. Dane is my CMO, and R Dub is my CFO.
Damn, brought the whole crew.
Always.
Hell yeah.
Francis, can you guys hear me?
Yes, sir.
Francis J, if you can hear me, can you please hit that request to speak button so we can put you up?
Oh, we got Big Papa here.
Tony, are you there? Can you mind getting to Francis's DMs?
Okay, guys, please tweet out the space. You'll see a little message in purple at the bottom right-hand corner of your screen. And if you just retweet that or post it in Telegram or whatever you want to do. Okay, so I got this guy. All right, so let's shield the space for about 5 minutes, guys. Jake, what's happening?
Hey, how we doing, Papa Doc? Shibtoshi,
Fantastic.
how we doing? And okie dokie, thanks for inviting us up tonight. Thank you.
Hey, man, how's it going?
Great.
Very well.
Let's take a few minutes and tweet out the space, add it to your Telegram, and then we'll get started. We'll try not to make this a 2.5 hour AMA. We just want to get all the bullish information, the updates, and want to hear what everybody's got to say. So, Oki, you're co-hosting. How's it going, man? Tell me about your day. What's happening with Okie Dokie?
Oh, pretty good. Market we're just building out. We just had a company with our app team and our developers as we're trying to keep social because you guys for coming in here.
And your connection is terrible.
Sorry.
Can't hear anything, bro. I need whatever you've got. I want whatever app you're using for my wife. You just hear the bits and pieces that I want to hear.
That was pretty good. How about you, Papa? How's your day going today, man?
Oh man, another day in crypto. Big project I was invested in. Turns out this project's been going strong a couple weeks, and all of a sudden the dev starts pulling all the liquidity, and you know how this shit.
What was the name of the project?
ATH, all-time high. I mean, great project. I AMA'd the guys, had the contract scanned, and now the market cap's about 65K, down from $1 million.
Dang, is that the I saw a screenshot on your timeline of a project that looked obviously like it was rugged. Yeah, ATH. God dang, that's ugly.
It's just awful, man. Just awful, bro.
I mean, does anybody know? I mean, was the contract audited or anything like that? I guess it didn't matter if he pulled liquidity. His liquidity wasn't locked, obviously.
No, it's not that. He had a good contract and some really smart tokenomics actually, but apparently airdropping tokens to different wallets, and then you start seeing big sells, and they're all from the dev, and everything's going back to the one wallet, so it's obvious what's going on. And it's got like rewards. You got to spend money to get the rewards, and now he's
Is there
like,
a KYC on that?
No.
Oh, of course.
See, and those are the type of guys that are completely ruining the space. I mean, back when Bitcoin came out, obviously people felt some type of way, that there was no KYC on Bitcoin, and that's kind of subsided since then. But, that just goes to show, even with like the whole FTX thing, even if a developer is fully doxxed, I mean, Terra Luna being another one, it's kind of really irrelevant. It really depends on the quality and character of the person that's actually running the project, because doxed or not, you can still essentially rug the project, and
There's a way to rug the project, I think, as the dev. I mean, don't you think? I mean, even if you got a good contract, I think if you're smart enough, you can always find a way to rug a project.
Yeah, for sure, and especially if he airdropped himself tokens. I mean, it just comes back down to the quality and character of the person that's actually running it. And that's the kind of thing that is plaguing this space right now with these rugs. It looks like it was an Ethereum project.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, he probably launched when Ethereum and everything else was pumping over there, and decided, he wanted to cash out, and that's a shame. Definitely another stain in the crypto space.
Yep.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. People like that are just what's wrong with this space. Honestly,
100%.
pieces of shit.
100%. I mean, my first rug was my first time investing into BSC, and I actually got my buddy the Huntsman and my other buddy the Punisher into it, and it was their first investments. And the Huntsman and I are battling for top wallet back and forth, just dropping dumb amounts of money, and they decided to rip liquidity on it and simultaneously start dumping tokens as well. And I felt like a complete ass. I vouched for it and got my buddies rugged.
Well, I can't say that I haven't done the same.
Yeah,
but it's not ill intent. It's like,
oh, for sure.
This project was going strong for a month, and everything was great. People, everybody's able to sell. People are making money. The project's doing great. Next thing you know, it's just this giant red dildo all the way to the floor. It's like, what the fuck?
I mean, damn. I mean, shit. I mean, the hardest part about running a project is forming a community, and it sounds like this guy had a decent community behind him. So, I mean, that doesn't make any kind of sense,
and a good contract. I mean, the tokenomics were really good. I hate that word too. Yeah. It sounds so stupid coming out of my mouth. It's like the contract. So he had it written into the contract that for if the project dropped below the so if it dropped below support, then if you were selling under the support line, then you were taxed 30%, and that 30% went to people buying DCA, automatically transferred to their wallet back over support. Then it went back to 3.3. So it was a good contract, good community, and now it's dead.
Just senseless, man. Just
Fucking
just senseless. I actually got shilled a project the other day, and obviously I'm not endorsing this project anyway in any way, shape, or form. But it's called Red Light, Green Light, and the way that it works is essentially the dev, you know, requests everybody to buy, so everybody pumps, and then after it pumps, he does green light where everybody dumps. So it's a pump and dump that's organized, and that kind of seemed kind of senseless to me. But I mean, these are the kind of things that are, people are coming up with these days. Obviously, I didn't do any research into that project. I had no interest in it, but just the concept of it just sounded very, very odd to me.
Right.
But I guess the concept of it is you pump it, you dump it, and then it allows everybody to buy in at the bottom again and repeat. So every time around, you're able to get in maybe earlier than you were the time before. I mean, I
The,
obviously can't see it
the,
sustaining and going
But
far, but
it's
you know what? I can play that game at home. I can just give my wife. I got this big 5-gallon bucket of silver dollars, and I just dump them on the floor. She kicks me in the balls, and then I scrape them back up again. And then
hey,
that's
it's like
the
exactly what
funny
I did.
thing is
no,
the funny thing is I know who shilled that to you, and
Yeah. Yeah, he hit me up about another project I won't name, but I told him I'm already a whale in that project, and so we got to kind of talking, and then he kind of shifted gears, and kind of showed me this, and I was like, dang, yeah, it doesn't sound like anything I'd be interested in.
right. No, it's actually the team is safe and the intentions are safe and
Well,
something
I mean,
like
I'm
that.
sure I just don't care for the concept. You know what
Right.
I
Yeah,
mean?
it's literally it's honeypot and one way and the other way, dump. So,
Yeah.
my thought
I
with
mean,
that my thought with
I
that
guess it.
is I'm actually I'm farming LP on that. So, it's
Okay. Well, that's a safe way to place it.
right.
you know.
I'm just the LP on that thing is thick. But it is a different concept and it's just meant to be a fun game.
Yeah, I mean, at least with that concept, everybody is in the loop with kind of
Right.
what's going on. It's not like a rug type of thing as of yet, anyway. So everybody, they're making a game out of it. So I guess it's like interacting with the community, which I guess is cool, but it's not something that I'm
Right. Yeah,
interested in.
it's not something I was interested in at first either, and then I looked at it from the LP point, and I'm like, well, I can just cash in on just creating LP tokens and farming that.
Yep.
So
Yep.
that's the standpoint I took from it, and everything else, I'm not going to get in there and snipe. It's it's a whole different ball game. I don't have time to watch for the red light and the green light.
Yep.
that's right. But Papa's always getting his beak wet in something.
Yep.
He's the way
Hey,
to go.
Papa, you
Hey,
already know me, buddy.
real quick, guys, if we have space, I see that Mike Miller's on here. If he'd like to speak, and there's room, Mike, go ahead and request if you want to. Papa
Yeah,
Woody.
but I'm gonna have to kick somebody. So who can I kick?
Okay,
I
well
gotta
then
kick.
we can just we can circle back to that at a later time.
Okay, all right. So let's circle back to that when I bring SquidGrow up. I want to save that. But we've got 3 projects here, and the reason I'm starting these AMAs is once again looking for safe projects to shill in the space and bring attention also to the Okie Dokie platform. They've spent a ton of money and time building an all crypto social media platform. Well, it's not all crypto; it's all financial. charts, but it's mostly, let's say, mostly all crypto. I'll let Okie Dokie talk for 5 minutes about the Okie Dokie platform and what it brings for your projects, and then we'll get into the first project, which will be Netcoin Protocol, and then we have DeFi Gold and SquidGrow. Please, Okie.
Yes. Okay. Thanks, Papa. Yeah, my connection was a bit bad. Is it better now?
Yes, I can hear you loud and clear.
It's
myself.
amazing.
All right. All right, cool. So yeah, like I was saying earlier, we're just continuously building through this bear market. The social media platform that we've set out to do, which is Okie Dokie Social, and it's basically a crypto centric platform. Of course, we can't really control what people post on there, but what we can control is which posts we approve to get boosted. Like if you apply for a sponsored ad, then we get to choose to approve it or not. So we're gonna be approving only those that are related to digital assets, cryptocurrency, DeFi, blockchain, Web3. All those discussions that we're holding these spaces for today. And I'd like to invite everyone to get on the Oki app. We call it the Oki app. Right now it's web-based and it's on open beta. So you can go to okidokisocial.io and create your profile absolutely free. If you're a project, you could create your profile there too. Invite projects that you follow that you think are legit. And throughout the next couple of AMAs, we are going to be choosing our next guest from that platform. So
Oh,
I encourage
by the
all of you
way,
guys.
SquidGrow gets the 3-day banner ad on the Okie Dokie platform for being the winner on the contest.
Oh well,
Absolutely.
hey,
Yeah.
thank you guys. I appreciate that.
And
That's awesome.
that's from my Okonaut NFT. That's my donation to you, sir.
I appreciate
Oh
that.
yeah, nice job, Papa.
Awesome. Yeah. So yeah, Papa Woody is one of our Okinauts. He's one of the top 20 holders of Okie Dokie, and the top 20 holders get certain benefits from the Oki app, plus a chunk of the wallet too. So yeah, so that's Okie Dokie Social. Again, I'm inviting everyone to create your profiles, and this is going to be the social platform for cryptocurrency in the future.
Awesome. So Oki has invited their guest tonight, which is Netcoin Protocol, which I'm interested to hear about. I haven't read up much on it. So if we could get the speaker for them up here, let's get into that.
Yep, I think he's already here. Francis, good morning. It's Friday morning for us here. We're from the same country. I've met him. I've met their team. So their team is like completely doxed to our team, and we saw what they're building. It's completely awesome. It's phenomenal, and I'll let them explain it to you guys a little bit here. So yeah, Francis, go ahead and take it away. Could you tell us what Netcoin is all about?
Sure, guys. First of all, thank you, Papa Woody and Okidoki, for hosting us. We
Yes.
appreciate the opportunity, and we're very proud of our project. And Okidoki has met our team. Unfortunately, I was out of the country during that time, but everyone else was there. So I'm gonna do a quick shout out to my team. The other speaker here is Chad or C Indusil here. We have Brian Johnson Lim. All of us are doxed, and we work heavily with regulation and compliance here because, as Okidoki was saying, our team is doing something with a wallet. So we have a hybrid wallet right now that Netcoin would be the native token at the moment. And this wallet has multiple licenses. Actually, I'm not sure if we already told the Okidoki team, but our last license came out. This is a crypto to fiat license. So right here, we're able to exchange, crypto to fiat. And there are only 4 players in the market. We're the fourth one, and we have global partners. And the main thing that we're doing is we're building a hybrid wallet so the Philippines and more countries around the world can come in and be part of Web3. At the same time, of course, we want to have people participate in the simplest way possible. Because I'm not sure if you know, but the Philippines is the second highest in crypto adoption in the world.
Oh, yeah.
The first one is Vietnam. So we're building something that would cater to our crowd, right? So the
Mhm.
team is very much into crypto for the past couple of years, and we've been doing the project for 2 years. We haven't launched But I'm here now, and we're really, really close because our license just got released 2 days ago. So we're planning to launch Netcoin along with SurgePay in the next 3 months. And we have a lot of videos. Actually, we're we're in all kinds of media and interviews. The Okidoki team knows that. So that's what we're building right now, and I'm gonna explain more in a bit. But I just wanted to do a quick intro.
So you guys are going to be registered company with your local government?
Right now, a great question. We have a offshore license in the Philippines. So under our Japanese partner GCT Japan, we have an offshore license in the Freeport area of Bataan. If you're familiar, there are a lot of eco zones around the world. The Philippines, for me at least, I know is the only one still now with an actual law. And now we can share it here. This law is RA 11453, which allows us to host various fintech businesses as well as blockchain out in that Freeport. So that's where we're hosted for Netcoin. So the government pretty much knows that. Actually, it's on our website already that we're there. So
And
it's called the area Freeport area of Bataan.
so do you need approvals from the government there for your project?
Pretty much, yeah, yeah. They need to have at least someone that's regulating us or looking into us, right? So we have the GCT Japan group for that and the Impero group for licensing.
Oh, that's great. So
Let me. Hey guys, sorry, Papa. What's up? What's up, everyone? I just want to
hello.
introduce myself. So I'm part of the team of Netcoin, and I actually represent. I'm the president of SurgePay, and as the wallet that Francis was discussing, that's what it
Okay,
is.
one
It's called
second.
SurgePay
Let's
wallet.
have everybody but the speaker turn their mic off.
There we go. Yeah, that's much better. So yeah, so my name is Chad. So I'm the president of SurgePay, and that's the wallet that Francis mentioned. So how we designed this wallet is we call it a hybrid wallet. Hybrid meaning we're doing Web 2.5, meaning we believe that right now everyone is developing projects all on Web 3 based. But the problem with this is if you look into the space of Web 3, it's trying to migrate users into the space. So we're trying to, in order to get mass adoption, you have to bring familiarity into the space. So in terms of a wallet, if I migrate someone and get them to download a Trust wallet or a MetaMask or a pure decentralized wallet, it has all these different bridges and things that you have to consider, right? Because you own it's a non-custodial wallet, right? So the way we're designing it is that our wallet has the user interface of a Web 2 wallet, which is a traditional digital wallet, but we do have features that involve Web3, right? So I think it was announced also, and we're very excited to say it that, we just released our licenses, just got released from the Central Bank of the Philippines, and SurgePay is the licensed entity. So license meaning that we have a license to hold fiat currency within our wallet, the biggest one and the holy grail of all crypto companies, blockchain companies, big boys, big players in the space are all going after the VASP license. And this VASP license is actually allowing us to do crypto to fiat conversions, right?
Oh,
So
wow.
if you think about it, how do you provide seamless transactions between exchanges right now? The difficulty again is we're confined to the space of Web3, which is trust. So we gotta have our own wallets. We do this, you know what I mean? So it's so many wallets in the space, right? But really, it's only confined to crypto users and people that are familiar. And that's the problem with Web3 and what we're trying to advocate is that we want people the unfamiliar to not feel threatened to join the bandwagon of what we're offering and the services we're offering. And by doing this, you can't go against the government or legalization. You have to marry them, right? And that's part of the initiative of our project, right? Is that we are a licensed entity. And nowadays, like especially in the bear market, when you see all the big players collapse, what happens with the people and the investors, the community, right? They're all clamoring for governments like you gotta action, you gotta do something, you gotta do this, right? But before, when it was the bull market, everyone was like, fuck the government. You know what? You don't need you. We don't need you.
That's
Your
right.
third party, all this stuff, right? So again, it's a cycle, right? And this sort of thing happened in the past when the internet was first introduced, right? So there's actually a chart showing that in terms of internet adoption and crypto adoption, we're in year 1998. So that's how big the opportunity is here. So again, to kind of like focus on the point of Netcoin as the utility token for SurgePay, just imagine how Binance did it when they launched in the bear market of 2017. So Binance launched their BNB token. This is native to the Binance exchange. Their main product is an exchange for cryptocurrencies to occur, right? So BNB is their token to greatly increase the awareness in the community and users of the Binance exchange. And so similar to that, the difference between Binance and us, Netcoin and SurgePay, is Binance now is trying to find a legal entity to house itself, right? That's why they're trying to find all these different. They're saying Dubai is this and this, so they're trying to get those licenses. So we're doing it Star Wars style, where we already acquired our licenses. In terms of the, I don't want to go into too much legal descriptions, but we have a token issuance license, meaning we have a license that actually allows people to believe in us because it was issued by a Freeport area that is covered by a Republic Act. So that's meaning Netcoin is actually licensed. We're licensed to issue tokens within this space, right? And SurgePay, the wallet, is licensed legally within the government. So yeah, go ahead. I
Okay,
don't want to.
so wow,
Yeah.
you got me. Where do I sign, man? It's like holy shit. Wow. I mean, but okay, so just for a second, tell me, what are you doing to protect your investors? What are you doing to protect your users? And again, if you guys have your mic on and you're not speaking, please turn it off, sir.
Yeah. Okay. So I'll go ahead. So yeah. So again, to protect our investors, remember it goes back to: are you guys regulated? Are you compliant? Yes, we are. We're in here to protect our community and our investors, right? And the community that we're building in terms of Netcoin initially, right? So we don't want to confuse because we have a huge backload of plans that we want to do. But initially, again, we were planning to do a tokenization platform, but we realized it's too early in the space. So let's focus first on the wallet that is legally allowed to house the tokens or NFTs that we develop. Now it's easier for anyone to actually use their NFTs because you have the wallet and you don't have to go through again. It's very difficult to explain it. You go down the street and explain to someone how they download the Trust Wallet or a MetaMask. There's a lot of confusing things there, and it's hard to get them to onboard it, right? But again, if they're used to
Absolutely,
something,
absolutely.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
If they're used to something that they're familiar with, that's what I'm saying. The user interface has to be applicable to existing projects right now or existing industry standards, right? So in terms of consumer protection for us, that's our number one priority because you know what? If someone complains to us or an entity, they will again, we're licensed. We have to comply with whatever standards it is. And fortunately enough, in the Philippines, they're very progressive in terms of blockchain adoption because we're trying to lobby also with the government because again, at the end of the day, we're in the number one text capital of the world when text was first introduced, and then when social networks came out, Philippines is the number one social network country in the world, right? So we are built for digitalization and for this type of innovative products and designs,
And
right?
let me just add to that. The Philippines is actually primed to be the blockchain capital of Asia.
Wow. So what are the target dates for launch, the app date?
Yep. So
So
let
go
me
ahead, go ahead,
quickly
Francis.
answer that. The app is already live actually right now in the Philippines. It's live now in Android and iOS. We're just waiting for it to be completed for international use, but it's already live. The app is live, and the launch period for the token would be March because again we just got our license. We're gearing up to launch the app first. I mean on a bigger scale. So that would be around January to Feb, and the token would follow. So around March, we would be ready to launch.
And are you guys doing seed sales? Are you guys raising capital right now for the launch?
Yep, yep. Right now, we're in the strategic sale, and the strategic sale ends this December. Then private, then after that public, and then of course launch. Right. So those are the next sales that we have right now.
Right. And so you guys are launching on Ethereum?
Now we're launching on BSC,
Okay.
but we're going centralized exchange most likely.
Okay. And what problems are you guys trying to solve in the crypto space?
Well, right now the biggest one is we're just simplifying, the cashing in and cashing out for crypto, right? I think that's number one. Number two, one of the things that Chad hasn't mentioned is one of the things we're building for international is peer to peer. So peer to peer for international users, because of course we have both type of users, right? One here in the Philippines and of course beyond the Philippines. So the immediate use case for international would be peer to peer trading, And that's the number one thing that we'd be able to solve. And number two, of course, as Chad has said, we have licenses. We're also gearing towards building the same platform in other countries. All we need is a clearing and settlement partner. I'm gonna quickly explain it. It's just someone who has similar license to us. So if they have the similar licenses to us and they want a partner, then they can use our platform. So
Okay.
the countries we're targeting next would be the ones with a lot of Filipinos, right? So, it
Right.
makes
Which
sense
is
because they're gonna
which
remit
is like
money.
every country in the world.
Yeah,
Well, yeah.
yeah. Ten
So
percent of
what?
our GDP is remittance, by the way,
So I'm
guys.
assuming that since you guys can convert crypto to fiat, everybody's KYC when they join the app.
Yes, yes.
Gotcha. Okay. And so this may sound like a dumb question, but what is Neatcoin protocol?
Well, as we said, it's going to be the native token for now, SurgePay, but it will be eventually a bigger tokenization platforms as more tokens come in and as we build the community.
So it's the native currency.
Yep.
Okay. Bullish.
Yeah,
I think also just to add
yeah.
also,
Go
I
ahead. Go
forgot
ahead.
to sorry, I forgot to mention one of our partners actually, our company, we own 80% of all the Western Union branches in the Philippines, right? So we have about 1,600 to 1,800 locations across the country and already doing money remittances, force transactions, and now with our licenses, we're going to do token exchange transactions. All of them gonna funnel in users into Surge Pay. So that's why we're focused on the OFW and as well as remittances for our app because we already have them as a market base, right? And so these are traditional guys that send money. Very simple, remittances, right? And so how we provide value and how we migrate them towards Web3 is introducing them. The main, I wouldn't say, I call it the Trojan horse. The Trojan horse is our wallet because they're going to use it already. They're familiar with it. And then slowly we introduce them with features such as DeFi staking, all these things, liquidity pools, elements of the blockchain Web3 world that we slowly migrate them towards. And again, as Francis mentioned, part of that, the reason why it's actually strategic, because once we have them as users within the wallet, then we have a platform actually that we already finished and developed, and it's called the tokenization platform. So, a very simple way of explaining it is that when the internet was introduced, you have WordPress. WordPress made it very, very, very simple for people to create websites utilizing the technology of the internet, right? So for us, in our case, we mirrored it under that concept, but instead of websites, you produce tokens, you produce NFTs, right? So this type of a platform allows us to do it, and you house it within our wallet, which is legal and centralized as well.
Sweet. So it's
Awesome. Awesome.
30. We've heard from Nick Coin. I'd like to take time to get a couple questions. Sheep Toshi, did you have any questions?
No, I don't. I do understand what he's saying, and it sounds pretty interesting. But I don't have any particular questions. No.
Anybody? I'll give any questions at all before we move on. Well, it sounds like a bullish app. I'll be checking it out. Um, Wait, someone's raising their hand, but
Yeah,
I
we
don't.
got a question from Ronaldo here.
Yeah, I don't have any room to bring anybody else up.
Hold on.
Yeah, you could take me off for now.
Which one are you?
Tony.
Tony Mac.
Tony Mac.
Yeah, take me off.
Okay, remove from speakers. Yes. All right. So let's get this question.
Okay. Ronaldo, want to hit that request button again, please? There you go.
Sir, you are you up here as a speaker now?
Floor is yours, buddy. Ronaldo.
Hey, can you all hear me?
There you go. Yep.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, no, I just wanted to say that, the Philippines and the Asian market is kind of like a case study of what to expect for the crypto technology that's going to come. And one of the things that I love what was being saying about Web3 technology adoption is that we aim to bring about.
Yes, sir.
Okay, I think he got cut off. While
Yeah, cut
so
off.
while we're waiting for another question, I'd like to acknowledge the presence of Patty Two. She's part of the Niccoin team, and she's also a really really popular DJ here in the country. So, hey, how's it going, girl? Welcome, welcome. Thanks for being here.
You got
Hey,
to come up
Patty, shout out.
your set.
She's the biggest name in Web3 in the space in the Philippines, and she's gonna be soon right across Steve Aoki, who's claiming to be the most famous DJ in Web3. But Patty Chu will be more famous than Steve Aoki. Bank on that one.
She come up to spin her set or what?
Yeah, if she's
Maybe.
down, like you can take me out, then let her start
Do
entertaining
it.
everyone here.
Well, welcome. So, guys, Netcoin sounds very bullish. Thank you, guys. Please, everybody, check out Netcoin's socials. The project sounds very bullish. I'm going to move on to our next group, which I found a very savvy project that's bringing not just gold, but what struck my attention was that they're bringing real world gold mine into the crypto space and bringing out. I found that these projects that are bringing outside money into crypto have become popular and pretty lucrative. So, Jake, I'm going to invite you to come up and speak about DeFi Gold.
Thank you. Thank you. How we doing tonight? Thanks, Papa, again for giving us the floor tonight. Yeah, so I'm Jake. Real quick, my background, I have 11 years in electrical engineering, worked on a lot of research and development companies in the Department of Defense and stuff of that nature. Slowly moved into DeFi about 2 years ago as a trader at first and quickly moved into development. From there, I've I'm founder of Casino Games, actually, which you can find that on my profile. It's an online casino. We started from the absolute bottom on a piece of paper and built that to a full-fledged company that's operating outside of crypto now and licensed and fully functional and beautiful thing. So I moved on to now running operations with DeFi Gold. It's amazing opportunity and project that we've created over the last few months. We just recently went live last week on the ERC20 network. We stealth launched with 10 ETH in our liquidity pool, around 10 ETH. I'm sorry, probably more like, I think it was around 10K. I'm sorry, in our liquidity pool. We launched with five utilities in our roadmap. We have 3 live active revenue streams that our utilities running right now. We're pulling in around 35% on our passive income streams as a project outside. We also have a lot of things moving forward. Just a little quick over our 5 utilities, we are shooting for our first break in the ground up in Montana. That's in March, April. From there, we'll be setting up a placer mine that we have already had some surveys done on that land. We're pulling out about a half ounce per 2 ton of rock. So give you a perspective, we're pulling out, at least 4 to 5 grand a day just from that one site. We're doing some work with the Bering Sea show as well. Nothing finalized yet, but we're in talks with getting some stuff up there. I'm not sure if it will be publicized as it, but we are working with the team to do some dredge mining or underwater mining up there in the Bering Sea. But I won't go too far in. Let Papa do a little bit of interviewing or ask us some questions.
Well, I think first of all, what actions have you guys done to secure the trust and safety in the space today? Because there's just, it's like everywhere. Everybody wants to trust somebody.
Absolutely. Well, right off the bat, before we even launched, we went ahead and got our contract audited through Solidity Finance. That's public. And we also KYC'd as Nelson and myself. We're out both well-known in the space. Our team is also very well-known amongst other projects and other communities. And that's something that's definitely important for us, being transparent amongst not just our team, but our community as well. So even the money that the business is making, it's all being published in our news channel. Our passive income, our arbitrage bots that are making us passive income daily, that's being publicized. The way the money is moving, it's for the community and for the people. We created these 5 revenue streams so that we're not just relying on market trading, on transaction volume to sustain the project. And that's something that. Go ahead.
I was just going to ask you. So, what happens if your gold miners aren't finding gold? You said that you guys have 5 utilities. Can you walk us through the 5 utilities and how they work?
Absolutely. So, the gold mines, I should say, because it's not just one that we will be having, are kind of more like the icing on the cake, a bonus for our staking pools. The way that we have our revenue stream set up is one is obviously the gold mine, like I mentioned, is a bonus. We'll have 2, the one in Montana and in the Bering, looking to execute within the next 6 months. And we're looking very good at executing those. And as of right now, live, we have the transaction taxes from our project, which are going straight to liquidity and to fuel the staking pool that we are reward the stakers. Secondly, we have our NFT lottery, which just went live yesterday, and we'll actually be giving out a giveaway tonight of one of our NFT lottery tickets. We have a Mutant Ape NFT that's being raffled off. So one of you lucky folks in the audience tonight will be looking at a shot at that. So another revenue stream that we also have. Let's see. I'm sorry, I'm speaking too fast. I went over the 2 mines. We have the taxes. Oh, and the arbitrage bots. I'm sorry. Yeah, that's kind of our strength right now. It's been public in our channel, so yeah, we put in $10,000 into our system, and we're pulling in about an average of 5% a day. And we capped at 35 this week. So with that $9,100 that we put in, we're at around 12, a little over 12 grand. So consistent passive income, and as those numbers increase, we'll be able to generate more volume and put that into and reward our stakers, and also produce outside utility with our dredge and support the Bering Sea projects and other stuff of that sort. So a lot of exciting stuff when it comes to just not just trading a coin. And I think I heard a lot of stuff earlier before we even started the space. Red light, green light, and I see it every day. I live for crypto at this point. I spend my time doing electrical engineering, going to work my 9 to 5, but I have my businesses in crypto now, and when my free time is spent watching what's going on, I see it every day. Rug pulls. And yes, there's a time and place for these meme coins, and I think there's a true market for that. But there's also true innovation and pioneering when it comes to crypto and the blockchain, and utilizing it kind of what it's for. So when it comes to producing something that's going to sustain itself, there has to be outside revenue coming in. You can't just, as much as the community is powerful, when that community is not there, how is your project or your business going to sustain itself? And that's something that before we even went live, we wanted to make sure we had in place so that we could go through with what we said we're going to do. Have those mines open up in March and dig out gold. And that's not going to be, if we don't get yield off of those mines, or $100,000 like we want off of those mines, that's okay. We're going to still be in a legitimate, safe opportunity to keep moving forward. So
what about growth over the next few years? How do you see this project growing?
Well, we have a lot of things in our roadmap for the next year to really execute on. And I think in the next 6 months is really going to be, a testament as to who we are as a company and what we really want to do down the road, 3 to 5 years. And I think if we're able to secure this, the spot in Montana, which we're about 80% there. And if we're able to land this deal with the Bering Sea Show, which they've already gave us a proposal, I think that will really put us in a great spot to be able to elevate and open, 5 or 6 mines by next year, and be having multiple different streams of passive income, moving to not from 5 but to 10 different streams of income. And that's going to be, expanding our mines, expanding our technology in-house already. we're not just mining physically, we're also mining on the blockchain using, technology that exists. These arbitrage bots, they make money, and it's consistent. Right. So utilizing what's available to us, blockchain, and my background's in electrical engineering. This shit fascinates me. Every day, there's something new that drops, and it's public. That's the beauty of the space that we're in. Everything is public and it's available for you. It's a matter of how bad you want it. It really is.
Where did you even come up with the gold mine? What inspired you to create DeFi Gold?
Well, Nelson probably is good for that. I definitely love gold. I have gold. I got my. You'll probably catch me on video cam. I got my gold earrings in all the time. I got my 2 gold chains that I wear with my cross every day. But yeah, Nelson, I'll let you catch this one.
Yeah, man. My name is Nelson. I'm the founder of the project and the primary developer. The idea of DeFi Gold actually came from, some kind of, I guess you would call it around the water cooler talk, crypto talk with some of the community members, and one of them being our, mining manager who's listed on our team on our website. His name's David. And, we've been talking for a long time. We met through other projects, and, he was sending me pictures of the gold that he was panning for in Montana at the claim that, we're going to be leasing. And so he was sending me these videos and these pictures, and I was just like, both of us being, crypto investors and things like that, we had been talking for a long time about how to get something as stable as gold into crypto, but not have it be the sole reliant, feature of a project. Because yes, gold is very valuable, but it's also it's a risk factor of being a miner. You don't know if you're going to actually hit pay dirt. You can do all the assaying, and you can do all the auditing of the land. I guess you call it an audit, but you can do all the surveys of the land itself. And even if it has the best numbers possible, you could still hit some shitty dirt. So you never really know. So we've been wanting to kind of put this together, and after we kind of figured out these, we developed these arbitrage and trading bots to be able to generate this passive income for our project. So we have those running on a daily basis, generating some passive revenue streams.
Can you tell me, how does that work? What is the arbitrage bot?
The arbitrage is trading from one exchange to another, based on the differentiating liquidity pools that have a little bit of difference in value. So it just constantly will be doing that throughout the day. We've also been doing a little bit of high risk trading on ourselves as well too, with some other bots that we had developed as well too. And then that's what's been mainly at this point in time creating the almost 5% per day on that revenue stream.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, it's not always going to be like that. I'm not going to ever promise that. I mean, on our white paper, we're saying that we're going to be able to have a minimum of at least 14% per month on that passive, and that'll be continuous on there.
That'll give you some.
What is that? What is that 5%?
Yeah, exactly. So it just.
What does that 5% per day translate to for?
So what that's going to do is every single day that we're getting that is going to help to compound. So, we can't say exactly what the percentage is that's going to go to our investors in our staking pool, because the way to get the investment on that, or a way to get the rewards on that, is that you have to stake your tokens for 6 months or longer on our staking, which our staking is live now. It went live the second day we were out. But we can't say exactly how much it is, because we need to determine how much we need to go back into the project and help to fund the actual physical gold mine, and make sure that we move around the funds necessary, which is why we have a financial advisor on our team. He's completely non-crypto, worked for Chase Bank for years. He's listed on our website there. His name's AJ. And he's going to be helping us to allocate the funds necessary at the end of every single month from those revenue streams, whether it's from our NFT raffle, whether it's from our arbitrage, from transactions, or what have you. Then he will help us to allocate all those funds and make sure that our stakers are paid, that our mining is, getting the funding necessary that it's going to be needing, that we're able to reinvest into our yield so that we can continually have that income for the project. And then obviously allocate some funds for the NFT raffles that we're going to be doing. Like the mutant ape that's going on right now. So,
So
we
you guys have
go
like
ahead.
a full staff there. Can you tell me about the staff? Who all's on the team?
Yeah. So open up my website because there's a shitload of us.
Well, that's good though.
Yeah, it is. It's a huge team, and when we were establishing the team, we really wanted to make sure to have all of our bases covered. So whether it's community run, community members, moderators, developers, our artists, we have everybody on staff. David is listed. He's our mining manager, and he's also the consultant. He knows more about the gold. He owns a trucking business as well. Then myself, I'm a developer and founder. I have another developer that I worked with as well. I did the smart contract for our token. We had it audited. Everything went through just fine. And then I hired another developer contracted to do our staking. So, just to make sure that part is good. I'm pretty decent with, token contracts. When it comes to staking, I needed a little bit of help. So I'll admit that. And then Jacob is our chief of operations. That's Jake here. And then we have a buddy of mine for a long time. His name's he actually goes by Spermicide Art. He's the graphic designer. I love the name of his art. It's actually a name of his business too.
But that's his name. So that's like
that's one of his businesses.
Awesome. Man.
Yeah, Perry New. He's our community manager, and basically keeps the moderators, informed, and everybody kind of going in the community there. Carmen is our business development manager. She's amazing and very well established. She's a Nevada leader of the Government Blockchain Association. Jess is a social media manager. She handles our Twitter and our Telegram as well. And then we haven't done a whole lot on Instagram. It kind of seems like a waste of time at this point in time for us. But we're still on all of the socials. We have all of our links on the link tree. Then we have Mina. She's our shield queen and moderator. She's awesome. Andrew is another one of our moderators. Great guy. AJ, like I said, our financial advisor. Basically, he's a CFO, but he, because of his financial licensing, he didn't want to be listed as a CFO. He said, "I'll be an advisor." I was like, "All right, whatever." So Dexter Dewada, he's another moderator of ours. Then we have some of our advisors. We have Mike Davis. He's a YouTuber and a good friend, awesome guy, great investor too. He has about 80,000 subscribers, I think, on his YouTube. Then we have Mickey Crypto. He's well established in the Hispanic community for crypto down in Mexico and South America. He's an advisor for us. Then Jay, he's actually one of the Shibtoshi's whales too, and he's our business development advisor.
Oh wow!
Yeah, and then DeFi, DeFi Jedi is one of our advisors as well too. Influencer and NFT guy. Definitely helps us to get the information we need for our NFT raffles and things like that, and is great with the community as well. And then, of course, our newest addition, Mr. Papa Woody, is another advisor for us.
Well, hey, there's a lot going on here. I want to be part of it.
Yeah, there's a
where
lot
are we
of us
going? What's up
to
in the
take
next
care
6
of.
months?
Sorry.
Jake,
What was that?
where are we going? Where are we doing the next 6 months? Am I going to get a 50x here or what? I mean,
honestly, we went over this ourselves as a team earlier, and we were like, "Yo, if we flip dump our profits into LP, our price would almost double at this point." So, I'll just leave it at that. We're going to grow this chart ourselves. We don't need new holders to technically grow this chart, and it's going to grow because it's in our white paper. Profits are demanded to go back into the project. So
I'm a believer, man. I mean, because just the profits alone, it's like, yeah, you don't have to get like 15 new holders a day. It's like there's money coming in from other resources, which I love. So
it's
Honestly, what I think
we
is,
obviously strive. Sorry, Nelson. I was just saying we obviously strive to grow the community. It's something that it's important to us as well. But just for that, community. I've tried to solve this problem already once, but it's something that I'm still working on. But communities hop around and hop around and hop around, and there's nothing really wrong with it. But unfortunately, that person who was there yesterday, is the chances that they're going to be there next week are slim to none unless they have a really good position. So establishing an environment where other projects and just everyone can come together is it's something that we need. And I think having passive income sources, having something that you don't necessarily need to show up every single day to make sure your bag's comfortable is something that we're kind of creating here. So,
well, I've said 100 times, it's community is everything, and community just does not happen overnight at all. It's one at a time, and almost in the beginning, and that's kind of the way it should be, because you get too many people in there all at once, then it becomes a madhouse. And you get the right people in there, you get the right time, and it just takes time to build a community. What are you guys actively doing to market and reach out to build that community?
We actually just released a whole bunch of publications. We did kind of a PR blitz, and we got on Market Watch, Yahoo Finance, Yahoo News, Benzinga. Was it Morningstar was another one of them, and Market Watch, and yeah, we went all over the place on with our publication, and got some articles published for us. And then we have some billboards that are going to be going up in New York City right around Christmas time. Actually, our first one is going to start on the 19th. And then I haven't told anybody else this yet, but I actually just booked 2 more in New York because our marketing company just established a partnership with a billboard company as well today. I own a marketing company as well too, aside from this, and that partnership helped me to be able to basically use some of the funds that I paid for that one billboard and roll them into these next 2 as well too. Because of the discounts that we received on that. So it was very helpful on there. And now we have a total amount of views per day that are coming to our project on those billboards is about 4 million on the 3 total billboards that'll be running. So 4 million views per day is what the eyes that see those billboards is, because one of them's on Broadway.
Talking to the Netcoin protocol, it sounds like you guys should be talking to them. Get some billboards in the Philippines. It sounds like that's the people who's buying the crypto right now.
Yeah.
I'll
So
be in New York City next week too, so I will be sending screenshots of our pictures of my face next to our billboard.
Just keep your shirt on, man. Just keep your shirt on.
Yeah, that's hard for me.
I'm not completely bullish on the project, guys, and thank you for all the information. Is there anything you want to leave these guys with? How can they dig a little deeper into DeFi Gold and take a look at what you're doing?
One thing I did want to say is I think what's going to happen within the next 30 days with our project is I think people are waiting to see our actual revenue stream get pushed back into our chart. And they're waiting for the actual proof, right? So once we have once we hit the 30-day mark, we pull our profits from our bots, and then we feed it back into our wallets and everything like that. We are going to relock our liquidity at that point as well too, because we started with a 30-day lock. We wanted to make sure everything was good, everything was running well, especially since we had seed investors. We didn't want to mishandle anybody else's money, things like that.
Right.
Obviously, and so we were safe about everything. So once we have all that stuff relocked, honestly, I think once we hit the 30-day mark, this thing's probably just going to fly. So get in now while you can.
I'm in. I'm thinking about getting in deeper.
Yeah, all I want to leave it as is find a project that's working for you guys, and find a utility project right now, even if it's not us. Find a utility project, because in 4 to 6 months, those are the projects that are still going to be around. That's the bag you're going to go back and find and be like, holy shit, when ETH's back up to 3K, 4K, and that's who's going to still be around. So encourage that, and cheers.
Anybody have any questions? Raise your hand.
I mean, that's a very interesting concept. I'd be very interested myself to see how that revenue stream actually plays out. On the
Absolutely.
benefit. That's outside of the box thinking right there.
Yeah,
I'm not. I've never heard of anything kind of like that before.
Well,
that's
that's
a
what
million
I
dollar
that's when I heard it and I saw it and I was like, "What the fuck is this?" And then I started digging in, and it comes to find out, because it's hard to trust people in the space. So I got into a VC with them, and we're talking, and I'm sick, and I'm just like, "Okay, well, here's a VC," and turns out I know Jake. We worked together before, and I was like, "Holy shit, man! I like this guy a lot, man, and he's a trustworthy guy." Um, where'd he go?
I'm here.
He's
I'm here,
here.
brother. I'm here. I was just, I,
So it was like
I was just finishing.
it was like a
I was just
family reunion there. I was like, "Oh, shit, it's you, man!" Yeah,
Yeah, it was awesome. I knew I knew I had to let you know about this one. I follow Poppy. I don't really follow too many people that you can see my profile. I don't have that many followers. I don't follow that many people. I'm working. I'm Twitter is the last thing I'm really worried about. So I do follow you, and I just love love the interaction, love the channels, and I see how much you show up every day. You see what I have is my bio, no days off, and Papa Woody, you show up every goddamn day, so that's important to me.
every day here. Some days are better than others for sure, though. Well, guys, I love the project. I love the DeFi Gold. I want to dig deeper myself. So let's get together definitely before those ads go up, and before that revenue starts coming in, and let's.
For sure, I think I might do a little coffee and questions sometime in the morning, my time EST. So it might be a little early for you, but you're usually up early,
I'm
so I'll
always up.
probably do it.
I'm always up.
Yeah. So I know there's a lot of questions rolling in, and that's fine. We
Yeah.
love answering questions.
For guys who would like to learn more about you and your project, do you think you could pin something up here so that they could like browse through it on their own time?
Absolutely, absolutely. Hey, yeah, I think Nelson will he can get a post off from our DeFi Gold Twitter, and that can with our website and white paper, and that will go over into detail a lot of things. We've worked pretty hard on all that stuff. So please take a look.
Awesome, awesome.
Please join the community as well. We'd love
And
love to
I
grow.
haven't been blowing it up on my channels or Twitter yet because it's like I like to. I kind of like to get people in there who are actually going to hold the floor up, and you start putting it out there to everybody, then you just get a lot of day traders and stuff coming in. And what's your market cap right now? I mean, you guys are still very, very young.
Yeah,
Yeah, we're
we're right around
just over
900K right
800.
now.
900.
900K. I mean, that's just infancy right there. So
Yeah, we're in a great spot right now, especially for we're looking when we look to advance and turn those taxes off. We'll have a nice thick liquidity, and we'll be injecting liquidity on a monthly basis. So it's
That's
a beautiful
also why
thing.
we did the stealth launch too, as well. We didn't want those day traders doing what they do, ruining us. So
oh yeah,
that's that's why we did what we did. The people that use bots were really pissed off though.
Hey man, you're preaching to the choir on that. I mean, these guys running these damn bots are just a thorn in the side. I mean, it's just, any kind of defense you can come up with to combat that, more power to you.
Appreciate it.
yeah, it's horrible. You just see them sitting there. It's like everybody's sleeping and the bots are at war, dumping the chart, then
Oh
buying the
my
chart,
God.
dumping the
Yeah,
chart.
it's terrible.
I mean, it's ridiculous. I mean, I'll be honest with you. Listing Gate.io was probably one of my biggest regrets that I've ever had with my project.
I'll
And
be honest with you, Shibtoshi, man. I looked over your contract. I invested in your guys' project at SquidGrow, and I thought it was an awesome project. And your guys' contract code is amazing. Even looking over your guys' bot protection, I thought, holy shit, I love that. I took some of the coding on there. I changed it up a little bit, beefed it up a little, and that's kind of how we ended up blocking the bots at our launch. So I appreciate that,
Dude,
man.
I mean,
Thank you.
well, I love to hear that, man. I mean, our contract, unfortunately, will only trigger if it registers as a bot. So that is something that we are currently dealing with. But eventually these guys get caught. I mean, we were tracking one guy for I don't know 2.5 months, and he was just arbitraging the shit out of us. And then finally one day the contract flagged him. Boom. And oh man, that was such a win that day. I'll tell you
Yep.
what. I mean, it was celebration. But I mean, arbitraging is a real thing, and more so. I mean, I'm sure arbitraging goes on, no matter what exchange. But we've had just terrible dealings with listing gate. We were. It was actually a conversation that we went back and forth with in between the team about it. Obviously, Gate started taking interest in us, contacted us, wanting to list us. As we started researching and reading different projects that have listed Gate and seeing numerous projects get destroyed, it was something that ultimately we just decided, RW and I, like how would our community feel if we walked away from Gate and didn't list a tier one? I mean, what if we've got it all wrong? And we're just kind of reading into it a little too much, and we walk away from something that could be beneficial. Unfortunately, we should have walked away, but we didn't. But that's it's been a thorn in the side. I mean, these Chinese guys running these bots are just, I mean, it's ridiculous, dude.
Yeah.
And as we when I switched on my anti-bot protection, some of them dropped off, but some of them are so damn smart they can get around it.
Yep.
And I mean, shit, man. So, and as you know, once you deploy the contract, you can't update it. So,
Yeah.
and I'm totally against V2. So, we're kind of that's what we're stuck with for now.
That
But
sucks. But it's like, and that's a big thing, and not just the rug pulls, but it's like all these other ways that people are finding to exploit the crypto. It's like these things are what are holding crypto back, man. It's like the
yep,
botting, the scamming, and all that shit. And it's like, yeah, a V2 would be beneficial because it's like hindsight is 2020, and
yep,
there could be things that you could put in there, but it's like V2. Like you see V2, then you see V3, and it's
yep,
like, oof. It's almost like that. It's like when the first couple of days a project launches, and the dev team comes out and says, "Okay, we're going to go get some rest." You know, that's the end of it. It's like
yep.
fuck out now. But yeah. So guys, DeFi Go, hell of a project. Love having you here. But I got to tell you what, fucking SquidGrow, man. I've been bullish on this project since day one. I think we had a Telegram AMA when SquidGrow launched, and that's when I first got to meet Sheep Toshi. And I just got to say, bro, I got a love-hate relationship with you. I hate that you have all that money and I don't, but otherwise, I fucking love you. I love everything about what you're doing. You're one of the most honest devs in the space. Safe place to put money. People just seem to flock to you. So tell me, bro, what is going on with the SquidGrow right now?
Well, as I, stated in the beginning, we're gonna take this bear market and we're gonna do our building, man. And that's what we've been doing. Obviously, we can't kind of predict the time frames on everything. So that's why we live by the motto under promise over deliver. But as of now, I'm gonna speak on a couple things that we've got coming up relatively quick. First things first.
Well,
Obviously we're
hey, before we get into that, can I
okay.
can I ask you something?
Yep.
Everybody wants to know, who is Sheep Toshi? Who's Sheep Toshi? And are you really the infamous Sheep Whale Sheep Toshi? Like you? That you?
Yeah, man. I mean, that's me. I am Shibtoshi. I'm the 8K wallet in Shib. I found Shib as on day one. It was actually shilled to me by one of my buddies, and it just kind of turned into like a competition. I will be honest with you. I didn't have very high expectations for Shib. It was brought to me by one of my friends that was a stock investor, and he found this project and was swearing by it on a day one. And I did very little research into it, but at the end of the day, I thought it would be hilarious if I bought in more than 7 of my other friends. There was 8 of us, with me included, and I started dollar cost averaging into my position, and instantly was upside down on it. And some of the original 7 of us sold for losses. Some of us sold for a little profit. And there was 3 of us that held all-time high. One of my very good friends started pulling at the top, and I was very nervous about how that would affect the chart, but he did it smart. He was pulling from various exchanges, and he got out his dollar amount he wanted, and ultimately ended up, you know, paying more tax than he anticipated because of the way that he pulled his profit, converted it to a stable coin, and then converted that to fiat. And that conversion right there, starts your holding period all over.
Oh shit.
When you hold one investment for a year, long-term capital gain, but if you convert that to something else, stable coin, it starts over, short-term capital gain. So when he paid his tax, he paid 20 and then got hit with IRS wanting more information, provided the blockchain, and got hit with penalties and everything else. But yeah, I mean, Shiba Inu is just one of those. It was a fluke for me. I mean, if I'm being honest, man. I mean, obviously, I'm very lucky to be in the position that I'm in. Leading up to SHIB, I did very well trading numerous other cryptocurrencies, and when I invested into it, I just invested it expecting to lose it. And when I was upside down for that period of time, I didn't see it coming back, and slowly but surely things started falling into place. And next thing we know, like every hour, I mean, my wallet balance is just freaking growing. It was unreal. I mean, it was crazy, man. I mean, it was just like, this isn't real. And when I first looked at my wallet, because I have it on one of my other phones that I normally don't carry around with me, I thought there was one of the glitches that happens, with the from time to time with
Yep,
a CMC after you
I've
get
had it
listed. There's
where
a
you.
glitch, and I'm like, yeah, dude. And I
So
was
you
like,
called it a glitch. That
well,
that
I mean,
like, oh,
obviously.
it's a glitch.
Well, I mean, as it started, that's what I thought. And as I went and looked at the chart, I was like, holy fuck. And I realized it wasn't a glitch, because normally the glitches that I've experienced, you got like, 10 commas on your dollar amount or some dumb amount. And this wasn't something like that as it was growing. And then I realized, holy fuck, like this is crazy, and I'll be honest, I
Hey,
started
bro,
kind of checking around on liquidity and
did you go
what,
call your
to
girlfriend
do.
right away and say,
No, I didn't. I when I got into Shiba Inu, I already had a little bit. As I said, I had been doing pretty well. I ended up in 20, and kind of as a should say, online poker, but started and a lot that night, and I was up. I got in the whole Mount Guy thing a little down the road, and it was back. But ultimately, I was like, this is what we need.
bro, you're so bad we can't even
Really,
hear.
supporting. Okay, is this any better?
That's better right there.
Okay. Oh
I
yeah,
think the whole space is having problems right now, Papa. It's I was just DMing RW. It says he's connecting for me and he's having trouble hearing. I was too for both of you guys just now. Probably something on Twitter's end. I'll just hopefully it rides out.
Can someone call Elon? All right, let's see.
God dang.
Yeah, I think it's cleared up now. It was wonky for a bit, but we're good.
Okay.
Yeah, you guys are going to be doing these spaces on the Oki app soon, so might as well just live with it.
Yeah, we gotta just ride it out, man. This is what it is until we get that upgrade.
Hey, Woody, what were you saying?
So, so that Shiba Inu thing is a hell of a story. Let's talk about SquidGrow. And so, what's been your experience on the BSC so far with SquidGrow? And also, what is your long-term goal with it? You plan on staying on BSC? You moving over to ETH?
Okay. Yeah. So, I mean, my experience with BSC has gone kind of as expected. Because of the fees being so low and BSC is kind of entry level to a lot of crypto investors that are getting their feet wet. We've kind of anticipated the ups and downs, our run up to, I believe, 53 million and coming back down, all the arbitraging going on and the swing traders. So it's gone as expected, but from the beginning, there was an internal debate, whether we're gonna debut SquidGrow on Ethereum or BSC. Ultimately, we decided to go BSC to build our foundation. But as I've previously spoken, we are bridging to Ethereum. So the bridge has been done for months. I deployed the contract about 2 weeks ago. Did the final steps for the bridge, inputting the contract ID into that, and sent it to our secondary audit on that. We had it thoroughly vetted on the test net, and it's deployed now, and we are finalizing our audit there. But we will be going to Ethereum, and essentially how we're gonna run that is we're going to be doing an initial liquidity offering to our community. This was discussed months ago with our whales, and the whales wanted a chance to get into it early at a fixed price. So we decided we'd do an initial offering for liquidity. If we decide to go to a launch pad after that, we will pick a reputable launch pad to do like a pre-sale on. And then our final stage of that is we are offering to all our community and holders the ability to trade in your BSC tokens for Ethereum tokens. And the benefit to this is because of how we are launching Ethereum, it's going to be at a lower market cap than what our cheapest exchange is. Then we're factoring in bonuses. So you trade in your BSC tokens to the project, you get Ethereum tokens with a bonus. So you accumulate more to your bag. And on the Ethereum side, obviously we're going to have our staking contracts. We're going to have very enticing APRs over there, something very similar to how our BSC staking contracts debuted. And everybody will be able to get in early. Now, the way that the market cap is, because we are launching Ethereum at a lower market cap, the bridge will not be live immediately because we don't want, arbitraging one way or another, killing the momentum of the project. So if the Ethereum market cap pumps up and surpasses the BSC, we will wait for it to come back down before our bridge goes live. And, that's trying to preserve liquidity on both sides. We don't want to get murdered on one side or another starting out with the initial momentum, because Ethereum, I mean, you're an Ethereum investor. I'm expecting it to do, pretty well on Ethereum. And if the Ethereum market cap shoots up to, 10, 15, 20 million and BSC is sitting at 5, 6, obviously everybody's going to be arbitraging to Ethereum, dumping their tokens, taking their profit or reinvesting in it, however they choose to do it. But we don't want to kill that momentum, and we don't want to drain our liquidity. So that's how we are handling the bridge aspect of it. In addition to that, we've partnered with Mike S. Miller from DC Comics and Marvel, who's actually here. He did our NFT collection, and great work. We're doing a 10. Go ahead.
I said the work is incredible.
Yeah,
out of sight, man.
Yeah, I mean, I met up with Mike last night. Actually, let him mob my Lambo. Met his family. It was a good time. I bought some art from him, but just everything that he does, man. He just the attention to detail. I mean, there was a cover from Game of Thrones that he was showing me, and the attention to the detail on this cover was ridiculous. I mean, he penciled in every link of armor on this guy. I mean, the detail on it was just ridiculous. But when I came across when I crossed paths with Mike. We got into talks, and I knew I had to get him. So he's doing our 10,000 piece collection. There will be 5,000 of his NFTs on BSC and 5,000 on Ethereum. In addition to that, we have 100 ultra rare NFTs that Mike has done for us, and with those 100 ultra rare NFTs, they're holding a polarized picture of another NFT, such as mutant apes, kennel clubs, doodles, goblins, metaverse land. I mean, we've just kind of I dropped. I wish I would have done it later, but I dropped almost 300,000 on NFTs to give out to the community. And how that will work is if you happen to mint one of these ultra rare NFTs, not only do you get this one of our NFTs, you get the NFT that this NFT is holding.
Wow.
And that is instant value. Obviously at the time of the purchase of these NFTs, the market wasn't as bad. So I think the most expensive NFT I bought was one of the mutant apes. I think I dropped like 25K on it, something like that. But
Yeah.
they're valued at about 15, 16 right now. But it's still a home run.
Oh yeah.
And we haven't come out with the prices for our Mike Miller NFTs yet, but predating his NFTs, we're coming out with a much smaller collection of 1,000. There is zero utility on those. They're just essentially a PFP. They will be placed at the price will be placed at $25. We priced them, in a way that we felt that our community could, majority of the community could afford them. There will be limitations to how many you can mint. We've not finalized those numbers yet, but you won't be able to just mint like a massive amount of them. For that, that's going to coincide with our NFT marketplace that we have revised several times over the months. But our NFT marketplace, as I said, you will be able to mint on BSC and Ethereum. You will also be able to upload your own collection on there as well, and any NFT collection can also upload their NFT collection there. We have a verification process that we are doing on the marketplace. So, verify something similar to OpenSea. We vet the project and you will get a blue check if we deem you to be, verified and worthy of that. So we've had a couple alterations on that, but the internal release date on that is getting very close. So hopefully the devs deliver on that, because if they go past the deadline, then every day past that deadline, they actually owe me money. They have to pay me.
That's good. Tell them to be
Yeah,
late.
I mean, so I mean,
So I got a couple questions about
how the devs in this
Can we
space like
back up just a second?
let's back up.
Yeah, just so the whole ETH thing. So what are your thoughts on? Are you planning on renouncing your ETH contract? Or are you going to keep that now that you've got the credibility with not just your name but with the BSC contract? Would you see any benefit in not renouncing that contract so that you can maybe in the future you can protect against MEV bots? You can figure stuff out so you can ban and blacklist bots that are sniping your contract.
Yeah, so as of now, Woody, I don't have any plans to renounce the contract. With everything we're kind of building, I need access to the contract because currently we're running a buy and sell tax. When we list on exchanges, I have to whitelist those exchange addresses. Obviously, renounce contract ownership, I would not have the ability to do that. And ultimately, I'd like to think at this point in time, I'm somewhat trusted in the space, and I'd like to think that my community and the investors, really believe that I have the best intentions for this project. So currently, renouncing the contract that I'm looking into doing, obviously that would solve an issue that we have on CoinMarketCap with our red banner that we currently have on there, but we're not even 100% sure if renouncing the contract would get rid of that message. But as of now, I plan on maintaining full control over the contract to make all the needed changes to the different utilities that we are coming out in this space. That's not to say maybe some point down the road a ways from now, it's not something that I would be against. But as of now, at this point in time, I have no plans at renouncing the contract.
I think it's a good idea, bro. All I'd have to say on that is 100%. Renouncing contracts, you need that. You need the ability to work the contract. So I would just say, in my opinion, you're top tier, trustworthy guy in the space. It's like, where do I send my ETH? I'll pre-buy a 3% bag right now of anything you're in. Just tell me where to sign. So where can we get into the ETH launch now? Where can we?
Okay,
Is there any
so
involved now?
so so as of right now, the initial offering is not live. We have created our D app for it, and we will give everybody the ability to get into that. We are accepting certain cryptocurrencies for that initial offering. But as of now, we are not live. What we are waiting on is the finalized audit for the bridge. I don't want to put the horse before the carriage, because we're talking about devs and stuff. So, that anything can because I am not directly deploying the bridge contract, anything could happen in between testnet and going live. And because I'm not deploying that contract, I'm leaving it in the hands of the devs. Once it was deployed, I have to have it re-audited all over again just to make sure nothing's changed. And, we're putting security on this, as high as we can. I have to make sure that all the T's and I's are dotted and crossed because, once you go live, there's no changing it. There's nothing that we can do. And so we have to make sure that I have done the absolute best job that I possibly could with auditing and penetration tests to make sure that there's no vulnerability to it. And so to
Yeah,
answer your question, once the finalized audit has come through, we're ready to hit the ground running. Now, the audit has taken a little longer than I anticipated. Luckily, I've not put out a date to the community about that, but we're kind of just at the discretion of the devs. But rest assured that I am having them do the absolute most when it comes to scrutinizing the code and penetrations and just trying to make sure it's bulletproof. And I want to get it right the first time. I don't want to have a situation where there's an issue with the bridge in some way, shape, or form. So it's not something that I am willing to compromise or cut a corner on.
well, we appreciate that. Yeah, that's the way it should be done, because it's it's a lot of money going into these things, and yeah, it's best to have everything perfect.
Agreed, yeah.
So
But our front end UI on the bridge and all the code's done. Everything's been tested successfully on the test net. So now that it's been deployed, now it's the same scrutinizing audit that I went through on the test net.
well, I got to say, I'm super bullish to see SquidGrow coming to my hometown on the
Same.
ETH network. Yeah, I mean, 100%.
Man,
I mean,
Fully
I've
bullish.
I
got
feel so. I feel so.
I've got a lot of friends that are ETH whales that I could not twist their arm to invest into BSC. They would not touch it. They absolutely would not touch BSC at all. So I'm looking
Yeah,
forward
but
to.
look what you've done on the BSC. Look at what you've achieved over there.
I mean, it's
I mean,
it's nothing that I'm very satisfied with everything, but it all starts with your community, and I truly believe it starts with your mods. You get a good group of mods in there that set the ground rules and the expectations and treat everybody with the same respect and take a stance that nobody is above one person. That's the vibe you put out in the community, and that resonates. And then the community becomes more of like a hangout spot between friends. You come, you just
that's
kind of
right.
shoot the shit all day.
Absolutely.
It's just
100%, man. Everything starts in Telegram. I say run Telegram like it's a military boot camp, but a friendly place, a friendly
Yep.
military boot camp. You got to run that place like a boot camp.
Yep. I agree with you, man. We set the expectations of respect towards one another. We don't put up with racism comments or anything of a sexual nature, because we do have ladies that are invested in the project, and I'm sure they don't want to see that. We welcome all questions. We tolerate FUD to an extent. And all the mods in the community seem to be on the same page, man. And I mean, that's what it was about for me, building the project from the ground up. So now, that we have established somewhat of a floor on BSC and our strong community foundation, now we take that to ETH. So now there's this project dropping on ETH that has been around for 6 months and has done, exchange listings and delivered on these utilities. And I think it's going to be a fun ride. I really do.
I do too,
Super
man. I'm bullish on it.
Really bullish.
You know what? And I don't even get your mentality at all, though. It's like if I had $5 billion, I would smash every piece of technology in my house. I'd buy an island and never go to crypto again. Like, I did it. I made it. That's it.
Well, let me talk on this, and obviously talking about my financials does make me a little uncomfortable, because anybody that was in the community in the early days knows that it was not planned for my crypto investments to be public. How that occurred was there was an early investor that did some blockchain research, threw some questions out there to the community, and there was a former team member that took it upon himself to verify that.
Well, I'm sorry, man. I wasn't
so
trying
obviously,
bro.
No. I mean, that's fine, but I have a purpose for this. And, luckily in that situation, the way it played out is we were just days away from actually doxing on our website. So I am glad it worked out the way that it did, because I was not planning to remain undoxed. And then this all came to light, and now, like, I've got my family and my friends to think about. And with all these damn billionaires showing up drowned, in rivers and oceans and stuff, like, you got to be careful, man, because people in crypto with money are targets, and they're easy targets. And
Exactly.
so with that being said, but my purpose of saying that was, in relation to, the dollar value, you're talking about one thing that's always overlooked is, yes, I was the Shiba Inu investor that turned $8,000 into 5.7, but I've had money before that. I'm a Bitcoin whale. I've been accumulating Bitcoin since 2011, but people, mix up the fact that I don't have $5 billion in liquid cash. That was my crypto portfolio. Obviously, it's gone down. I won't give the current numbers on what my SHIB is worth right now, but I will say that as of, hang on, let me just verify right now so I'm not misspeaking. Take a look at this. As of right now, my actual Bitcoin holdings is more than SHIB. Actually, no, it just switched around. So my SHIB is actually my top holding, and it's right under $1 billion. And that's my total. But I did not get $5 billion out of Shiba Inu. I have not sold any Shiba Inu. And, I did that, because I did not want to destroy the community. A sell-off like that would destroy a lot of things. And I would only be, yep. And that is one of the most selfish things that people can do. And I'm not against people taking profit at all. I preach to everybody, do it respectfully, and it's actually more beneficial to you if you pull profit slowly because of the price impact. We had just a quick example. One of our biggest dumps that we've had to date was a former whale, and he ripped out $480,000. At me, asked him out of curiosity, what was your price impact on that? So he thought he was getting 480K, but ultimately he walked away with 220.
Holy shit.
And that just goes to show price impact, because on the run up to 50 million, we had a very solid liquidity market cap ratio for a long time. And then I changed my buy tax to 1%, and I ran an 8-hour buy event. And that just threw my liquidity market cap ratio so out of whack. It dropped us down to, I think, 2.5%. So on the run up to 50 million, yeah, market cap's big, but the liquidity ratio was not there. And, he didn't take that into consideration when he decided to sell. Now we're floating around 8% market cap liquidity ratio. So that's pretty solid in my opinion, and obviously
Yeah, that's good.
if
Yeah.
we have a run up, that will change, but nothing has changed in the aspect that all the buy and sell tax that people incur, buying and selling goes to liquidity. My emphasis is just solely on building that liquidity. I don't want people to run into the same issue that I experienced in the early days of Shiba Inu. And overall health for the project and the community, if you have a thick liquidity, it's less likely that the smaller investors can get hurt. Bigger than them decides to pull some profit.
So I'm super bullish on everything I've heard tonight. I like to keep these just at an hour and a half so that people listening to the
Yep.
recordings can get through it all and not have 3 hours of talking. So I think we've done pretty good with the time. I want to thank you for showing up here, Shitoshi. Always
Yep.
pleasure to be on the spaces with you. I really appreciate what you bring to the space. Can't not mention Papa Stonks. I've seen him since day one, and I think he brings a lot. And also William Hodling. Same thing, man. William Wallace.
Hey Woody, before we hop off,
Shitoshi,
there's something that I wanted to touch base on, if that's okay with you. One of the
Yeah.
other utilities that we're coming out with. Now this is not something that I have done publicly. Obviously, I've teased a couple things, but I kind of wanted to get into a little more detail about our exchange that we're coming out with, SGX. So if you
Yes.
allow me the opportunity to do that, I will tell you the type of exchange that we are coming out with and the benefits to my project and why I'm so bullish on it.
Please, let's hear it.
Okay, so we've been developing our own exchange since June. Obviously, we've gone in a couple different directions, and currently, SGX Exchange was in audit. We decided that we wanted to add a couple more features to my exchange, such as VIP ranking, copy trading, NFT staking for our NFTs for lower fees. But with that said, so the type of exchange that we are coming out with is we are coming out with a perpetual exchange, also derivative futures trading. So something very similar to GMX or Bybit's new perpetual exchange. It is a decentralized exchange where you have the ability to trade features on different projects, essentially longing or shorting. It's really popular right now. And the benefit to SquidGrow with this is a percentage of all the revenue that is generated from these fees on this exchange. A percentage will go into my chart on SquidGrow. So if you look at some of the numbers that some of these other perpetual exchanges are generating, I mean, if SGX catches on, I mean, we're talking big money always going to SquidGrow into the chart, and that is outside money invested into the token, and that is a form of self-sustaining utility, in my personal opinion. With that said, the remainder of the percentage of the fees that are generated will go to liquidity on the exchange as well, because obviously my emphasis is still on building liquidity. That's not changed, from the project versus the exchange. But we are coming out with we are aiming to dethrone the top perpetual exchanges on this. I've invested a lot of time and a lot of money into developing this, a lot of changes along the ways, taking what these other exchanges are doing out there and critiquing it in a way that I think is better, and since I am a user of these different exchanges, I am, coming at it from a user standpoint. So, I mean, it's something that, I'm very bullish on. I've been very excited about. And, the best part about it, not to name drop, but Satoshi Street Bets had a lot of negative shit to say about me. And the one thing he promised his community was a perpetual exchange, and he's never delivered on that. And I don't think has the ability to do so. So something that, he promised, one of me being the project he clowned on, we're going to be utility he could never deliver on, and obviously it didn't unfold like that. Obviously this is something that we've had ongoing since June. But it's just kind of funny how that plays out that way. But me and my team are super bullish on this. We think it's going to do great things for the community. As far as price action on the chart, a constant stream of just profits going into the chart, as buybacks. And we're looking at different variations to where we can split up that profit to go to the chart, and then the other half go to liquidity. So it's a very promising thing as far as I'm concerned. I mean, those are my views on it.
What is your competition like here?
Okay, well, as far as perpetual exchanges, it is relatively new, but there are some mainstream exchanges that are out there offering these features. I'd say probably the biggest one right now is Bybit, but that is a centralized exchange. So when it comes to decentralized, it'd probably be something like GMX.io. That is a perpetual exchange that has a lot of traction behind it. What they lack is liquidity, though. They lack liquidity on their exchange. Obviously users want to know that if they hit it big, there's liquidity on the exchange to back that up. Well, my exchange has me to back that up. And, obviously there will be X amount of liquidity in the liquidity starting out, and we will build off of that. But this is my baby, so I'm going to be supporting this just like I support SquidGrow, and they go hand in hand together. This is just another page in the ecosystem that I am trying to build here.
Hey Shib, I think it's important to point out too that GMX is sitting around 400 million market cap even in this current condition, and that's all they are is a perpetual exchange, and they're pretty bare bones when you compare them to what you would see on Binance, or Bybit, or MEXC, or something like that for futures. So we're going to try to emulate more what you see in those bigger exchanges over time, and we're sitting in a market cap of 5 million right now, and we're not even on ETH yet. So you can just kind of do the math from there, considering that one of our mainstay utilities will be SGX, which I think will one up GMX in many ways. So yeah, I mean, with that said, it's clear to me that it's very undervalued right now, and its ETH ILO is going to give people a chance on the ETH side that didn't get into the BSC side because they didn't want to for whatever reason to actually do so now at a really, in my opinion, great entry.
Well, this is really bullish. Okie dokie. I'm going to have to ask that you guys put a button where he can just put a hand out and slap me because I didn't ask. I was going to close the space out hearing about this. So, Jesus, I mean, this is huge,
yeah,
man.
well, I
This
mean,
is gonna be big.
I get, in your defense, I get kind of long winded. I am pretty passionate about my project and crypto in general, so I can get going if you allow me to do so. But I definitely, we don't normally put a lot of details out about the different utilities that we are coming out with, and especially the inner workings of them. And although I'm not getting into great detail about SGX, I did kind of want to touch base on it a little more than I have before. It's just something that I'm really excited for, and I think my community is going to love it. Whether they trade futures or not, they're going to benefit from it because profits go to the chart.
I'm completely 100% bullish on SquidGrow again, man. I think I could get more bullish, but ETH and now this, holy shit!
I mean,
Yeah,
I was not I was not kidding when I said that I'm release for my project. And obviously we don't have the time to build everything during this bear market that I would like to. That obviously some of it's going to roll into the bull run. But when the bull run comes back around, we're going to be a project that has weathered this gnarly bear market, and we have dropped utilities that are actually beneficial to my holders, in the process. So I think new money coming into the crypto, they're going to be more inclined to put money in a project that's been around, versus all the thousands of projects that are going to be popping up when the bull run comes back just to make that quick buck. I think that we're definitely doing it the right way, and I'm taking the approach as running it as an investor and what I would want to see out of a project. And obviously we went through a time period where we were doing a lot of things relatively quick. Obviously staking came out relatively quick. That's not really a utility. That is just incentive to our holders. We did an awful lot of exchange listings. I think we listed like 5 exchanges in 1 week. Our big which has been a thorn in my side, but things kind of slow down. But the bigger picture and the utilities of that bigger picture, actually take time because we are building it from scratch. So yeah, I could deliver on a bunch of things real quick if we fork things. And but I don't want to fork anything. I made one mistake
Right.
in this project, and I cut a corner to a fork contract. I had my devs buy a fork contract of a lottery to offer to my community because they were requesting it. And anybody that knows that story, there was malicious code in that lottery, and 12 people were affected from that. And we tracked it down over the period of 2 days, and I made everybody that was affected whole out of my own pocket, and we cut that and moved on. But I'm not going to make that same mistake twice. And that's one of the main reasons why my emphasis is on security, because my reputation is online. And although, few people know who I actually am in real life. Obviously, everybody knows me as Shibtoshi, but my reputation is on the line, and I'm not going to do anything to jeopardize that because I've got long-term goals for this crypto space, and I really plan on being a pillar in this community and in the space as a whole.
Well, you already are, brother.
Well, I appreciate that. Yeah, I mean, not to boast, but something that was pretty cool. Somehow or another, I got put on the top 100 most notable crypto figures. Under Elon Musk. Elon was actually ranked 45. I was ranked 81. So that was very humbling to actually see that people are taking notice of me, and because obviously I don't see it. I don't see like through the eyes of somebody else how they view me. Obviously I've gotten messages and praise from people, but that was just kind of an eye opener for me.
Well, you deserve it, man. DeFi, you got your hand.
Yeah, man. I didn't want to interrupt or anything like that, but I just, as a thank you to Shibtoshi and a tribute to the SquidGrow community, we'd like to donate one of our NFTs to your guys' community. So you guys are free to give it away to somebody that you guys choose.
All right.
Okay, well, epic, man. Let's hit me up in DM, and I'll talk to you about if you would prefer just a straight giveaway or if you want me to incorporate it into my NFT collection, assuming that Mike Miller's willing to do some additional work for me.
Well, they're NFT like raffles, so it's the raffle ticket for the mutant ape. So I didn't want to
Oh, okay.
put that
Perfect.
in there. Yep.
Well, okay. All right, perfect. Then yeah, we'll draft something up on Twitter and raffle that off.
Awesome, man. Sounds good.
Hey, thank you for that. Very kind of you.
Well, Shibtoshi, always a pleasure here. DeFi Gold and Netcoin. Guys, any closing remarks? DeFi Gold. I know you pinned something up on the big billboard up here.
Just man, we're just really happy to be here. Exhausted as hell because this past week has been nuts, and I'm sure everybody else that's launched projects in the past can definitely relate to that. But
Yep.
it's been very exciting. And the fact that we have a bunch of our utilities already live and fully developed and audited is just exciting. So join our community on Telegram. We're active in there every single day. I sit in front of my computer, doing what I do about 12, 13 hours a day. And my wife hates it, of course, but I'm always available. So hit us up if you guys have any questions. We're always here.
Thanks again, man. And Skip or Kiz, you guys here?
Yeah, I'm here. What's up?
You got any closing remarks here for the AMA?
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, I feel kind of bad that we've been building so much that I've actually forgotten to take a look at these kinds of projects, and I felt even worse hearing about SquidGrow like for the first time, and like where was I at when you guys were launching? So, but I it's okay. I feel good that Papa Woody started to bring me back into the space, holding these AMAs. So now I know about you guys. Now I know about you guys launching on the East side and SGX that you're doing. Um, it's really amazing, and Satoshi, I'm gonna hit you up for that banner that we're gonna put on our app. I'm gonna put you up on the ticker tape too, and it's probably gonna be a lot more, a lot longer than the 3 days that Papa Weedy said, because I really like what you guys are doing. And yeah, everyone we've heard here today sounds really amazing. We're definitely going to take a look at your project, and I hope that everyone who's here in this space does the same, because what you guys are building, they're just really amazing.
Thank you. I appreciate that, man.
Yeah, man. Thanks a lot. And the guys from Netcoin Protocol, hey,
Yep.
to have you guys here. Leave us with something great.
Sure. Thanks so much, Papa Woody, and everyone here. Great projects. And we want to be here to also help everyone. All the projects that Chad has been saying, we want to be the highway to help you, expand projects. And of course, we want to be right in between, because I know, of course, there's a lot of DeFi projects. I also participate in a lot of them. We're here to help you out. And shout out again to Okidoki, the Netcoin team, and to all the other projects here. Thank you. And I learned a lot today, and I hope to work with you guys also soon. So I'll send you a message, all right?
So, Netcoin Protocol, the highway to help. You just said it.
Yes, sir.
Thank you
Hey,
again so much for Papa,
hey,
everyone, Satoshi, everyone participating. Then it's really an honor to be here, to be invited in this space. And again, thanks and shout out to Okidoki for thanking us and for inviting us as well. Looking forward, like it's gonna be like as Satoshi just mentioned, right? During the bear market, this is the time we build. We just keep building, hanging on, holding on, and adding more value, adding utility to all our projects and our token projects. So when the bull comes around, then everything will change for everyone in the community, especially.
Exactly. And we're going to be holding these every Thursday. I'm going to start tweaking the time a little bit, maybe a little bit earlier. But you know what, you guys been in here on the mic and on the stage. Feel free to pop into these AMAs, hit the request button. You want to come up and say something. It's always a pleasure to have you guys here. And with that, I just want to thank everybody for listening and for being here tonight. And we'll see you next.
Thank you, everybody.
All right.
Have a good night, guys.
Good night,
everybody.